Welcome to your weekly Apple News Roundup for the week ending the 23rd of November. Now let's kick things off with the beta updates that were released this week. So we've got beta 3 for all of the usual suspects here. So we've got watchOS 26.2 beta 3, same thing for tvOS, macOS Tahoe, iPadOS and iOS, and we also got Icon Composer for Xcode, Xcode Beta 2 itself, and then for whatever reason visionOS Beta 3 actually got released a day after along with the Xcode and Icon Composer updates. Now if you want to find out what changed in iOS 26.2 Beta 3, make sure you get subscribed. I'll check out my shorts as we go through those updates every time they're released. But there was a big new feature for iPadOS in Beta 3. We've gone back to multitasking the way that we previously had it. So now if I want to go ahead and go into split screen with the YouTube app, let's say, I can now go ahead and get that from my dock, and I can actually drag that into the left or the right side of the screen in order to get into my multitasking view, where I can still go ahead and do the resizing as normal. What I can also now do is do the same thing again, go and grab Safari from the bottom, and then if I drag this over again to the left or rightmost sides, you'll see where that arrow is, and it's sort of got a liquid glass UI when you select the corner, and that gives me my third pop-out option there as well, which I can move around the screen as well. So back to how we used to have it, much more flexibility. We've still got the traffic lights at the top, so they haven't gone away. We've still got the resizing in the corner as well where we want to do that, but we can now do that quick drag and drop interface. Now, alongside those software updates, we also technically got another new product from Apple that launched this week. It's another collaboration with a brand, this time it is Hakawa, and what they've done is created this phone grip and stand which works with MagSafe on your iPhone. As you can see in the imagery here, it's kind of something to help you sort of grip the back of the phone as well as prop it up in landscape or portrait. Now, it was only a limited edition and it was only available in the United States for near enough $70, and we had two colors here, chartreuse, which is sort of a lime green, and we had this crater which almost looked like it had bits of gravel included in it. Now this is totally sold out as of the time of filming, and again was only available in the US, but it's definitely interesting that Apple have done a few of these limited edition releases in collaboration with other brands recently, so let's see if we get any more between now and Christmas. As always, we got a new Apple Store shopping event for this Black Friday. Now, Apple don't do Black Friday in the traditional sense that you'd see in retailers and on something like Amazon. What they do is actually offer gift cards with your purchases. So for this event, it'll be running from November 28th until the 1st of December, and you can get up to a £200 Apple gift card when you buy any of the eligible products. So they are covering a good amount of products here. We've got iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch, AirPods, TV and home, Beats, and accessories are included here as well. Of course, the amount that you get scales based on what you're purchasing and of course how much it is. But at least we get something for Black Friday from Apple. It's probably worth checking out sites like Amazon, for example, over their Black Friday deals. Things like the new AirPods Pro 3 and perhaps some of the cheaper MacBook Airs, for example, usually get a good discount, so it's worth having a look there as well. And we've got some interesting Android news this week that does link with Apple here. So starting with the new Pixel 10 series, Android's Quick Share will now be compatible with AirDrop. So if you've got any friends and family who are on Android devices and you yourself are on the iPhone lineup, if they've got a Pixel 10, then they'll be able to now share using effectively what is AirDrop iPhone to iPhone, but you'll be able to do that Android phone to your iPhone. Now, from the time of filming through to the 1st of December, an Apple TV subscription will now only be $4.99 a month for the first 6 months, and then it will go up to $9.99 afterwards as usual. But if you haven't experienced Apple TV before, or you have and you want to come back, now is a great time before the 1st of December to go ahead and secure that 6-month deal. Now, a quick little Easter egg on a Google search. If you search for Apple's new show Pluribus, you will get this bar here that scrolls through what are you searching for, Carol. Now, if you haven't seen the show, that probably won't make a lot of sense to you, but something quite cool and maybe worth checking it out to understand exactly what that means. But if you search Pluribus, you'll see that at the top of your Google search. Now, we also got some fresh rumours this week, as always. One that Mac Rumours was reporting, again mentioning the potentially cheaper entry-level new Mac that would actually feature the A class of Apple Silicon. In this case, the most recent rumour is the A18 Pro chip, hopefully making that Mac release considerably cheaper than the M4 MacBook Air that we have now, and of course perhaps aimed at things like students or education, or just those who can't even afford a MacBook Air at this point, and just to create that new price point within the Mac lineup. We also got fresh rumours this week about the foldable iPhone. This is a post on X from Apple Cycle, which is their source, also linked on there as well, saying that the foldable iPhone could have the biggest battery of any current or previous iPhone. Now, I think that makes sense. The fact that you've basically got two iPhone Airs, or the equivalent thickness perhaps for a foldable device, means you've of course got essentially double the space for the battery. But they're reporting anything from 5400 to 5800 milliamp hours, which would be considerably the biggest battery Apple ever put in a device, but still yet to be clear whether or not that foldable is happening. But many people point towards the iPhone Air this year being their kind of experimentation year for making one of the slabs of this foldable thin enough to really be functional. So that is everything for your Apple Weekly News Roundup this week. Do let me go ahead and know in the comments your thoughts on any of those rumours or any of those announcements from this week. And let me know if I missed anything, add that in the comments. And of course, a like and subscribe would be amazing. I post shorts during the weeks on any of these updates, for example, on iOS, and a few how-to guides on some basic features across Apple's suite of products. So do go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and we'll catch you again next week.